Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to add fog lights to your roof and LEDs without drilling any holes at all. No holes are in for this installation, so you can take them off and you never know they're there. So I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so the first thing you do is you get yourself a piece of angled iron steel, which you can get at Home Depot, Ace, pretty much anywhere that is selling hardware. Then you can either buy an L bracket and drill holes in it to go into the holes that are pre-existing, that are there for this. And then the way I mounted this on, since I could take this screw up through here, and this is what I used for a ground, is this screw right here. And that grounded this whole piece of metal for these lights. That's how they're grounded. And the same way I grounded the LEDs right to the spot is right here, the LEDs. And that's how I wired in these LEDs. For these fog lights right here, are all grounded there, and I ran the positive wires through them by splicing the wires together. Where they needed to be spliced at, you can see there's a connection right there. And I supported it in the back with another L bracket, one of these screws, and then a little furnace piping thing here that I used right there to keep it all together. So you're down the road. You want the thick metal, not the thin metal. And I'll show you how you did it on the passenger side. That looks so good. Okay, this is how it's on the passenger side. Didn't drill any holes, this is the factory hole right here. The GM put in to support the roof racks. And then, so there's no holes in your car. And then I put a wire tie around here to keep it all secured. Another little furnace gas thing that you could use any pipe, just backcation for your car, and a little screw in there to keep it. It's pretty much the same as the other one, another L bracket. So let's go see how I wired them in. Okay, so the wires all ran down to here, which is this black wire right here. The other black wire goes here. I have white, two white ones on the end, and I have a yellow, two yellow ones in the middle because I thought that looked cool. But you could do whatever you want. You could do white and yellow. I'm not racist, so I did both. Okay, these are the wires to those lights. Here's the LEDs wire. You don't have to use thick wires for my LED because they weren't high amperage. But when you extend the wires, you want to use good wires for these because these are going to draw a lot of amps. These wires are going to heat up. But the LEDs, you don't really need them for. So I'll show you how I got it in. Okay, I just opened up this window right here, and I put the lights right in there. You can see one of the wires right there. I just put them in there, and then I ran them in through here by pulling on this a little. I snaked them in through here. And then I put them in here, snaked them along here, down through here, into the switches, which is where I ran my positive wire to, since they're grounded right on the roof and I didn't have to run a ground wire. And I grounded my switches right here, all right there. And then I put these two right here for the lights, and this is the LED right here. So I can just have the LEDs on, or I can just have them on like low beams, high beams if your state allows them. My state doesn't allow them. Known as PA, but I put them on there anyways because I thought they looked cool. And I'll show you how I wired them to the battery. Okay, so they're in this fuse box right here. Alright, let me put the hood up first. The hood up's always up. Okay. So, I put them into this fuse box right here, which is right off from the battery. So there's a fuse, see the battery cable right there? You don't want to directly wire them to the battery. You could probably get away with it on a car, but if you're doing it like a truck vehicle, like this, it needs all the power it can to start up from this battery. So you want to wire them away from the battery, so it's a direct off from the battery. There's a fuse there, so it will blow, but it's directly off from the battery, so it's not on the battery. It's the direct line off from the battery. It's not going through anything else. You could wire them in from your interior too. I just chose not to do that. And here's the fuses to those lights, the glass fuses. I had a defected one, so if your lights aren't lighting, check these fuses if you have them wired in right, because I just had a defected one with a brand new. The glass fuse like broke apart. So I ran these wires in through this panel. I took this off. 2 screws here. And I wired them down through here and into these switches right here. There and there. So you can turn them on, and there they are. Beautiful as ever. And they have a good ground here. So that's how I did it. And I didn't drill any holes anywhere to do it. Now stop looking at my videos and go do it, because you'll regret. It'll look awesome.